Okay, welcome back guys, and then this time finally I'm not using the base AS VAL, and so let's push on and I'll show you some gameplay, and at the end of the video I'll let you in on the best loadout for this gun. You can see it is way more controlled now. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Alright, time to look more on the back. Alright, so this is a multiplayer game, a normal MP match, and then I'll move on to a ranked game after this, and this time I believe that I'll be able to perform much better in the ranked game. So let's just take a look. Alright, maneuverability plus the recoil control is much better now. Okay, you can definitely see that the ADS spread accuracy is much better, and then I added on. Okay, definitely can't. Okay, these people are just running around with random weapons now. Okay. See, with the added on accuracy of the weapon is definitely much easier to use. Okay, somebody was just lagging out there. That was a free kill. Okay, so as you can see, accuracy is so good now, recoil is much more in control, and I'll let you in on some of the heat fire that I can push out with this weapon. It's much easier to use now. Okay, somebody creeping out. Okay, should have shown you guys the heat fire. Okay, I'll push on for heat fire now. Oh, again with the person with his melee weapon. Alright, so if you're talking about melee weapons, maybe if you guys would like me to use the melee one of these days, you can just let me know. Hit bleacher. Oh, that was my mistake. Okay. Let's push on for some heat fire. The heat fire is really accurate. Get a very good time to kill, and it's very maneuverable too. So, okay. So I'll just quickly put this game to an end, and then I'll push on to show you guys how this weapon actually does work in ranked gameplay now, because that was where this weapon really lackluster. Still, for this weapon there is no wall penetration. Okay, I just ran out of bullets, so okay, I should definitely use like the voucher perk with this because of how fast the bullets actually do run out. But for now I'm just trying to end this game. Alright, so now let's push on to some ranked gameplay, and then this is where this weapon will actually shine. So let's head on. Alright guys, so now we'll be heading on to the ranked game, and then I hope that within this game you can really see how this weapon shines after I added on the best loadout for this weapon. I'll show you guys the loadout at the end of the video, so please stay tuned. Okay, this weapon is more of a close range to mid-range weapon, so you shouldn't try to really push it too far with this loadout. I guess this weapon should really be used in smaller scale maps. Smaller scale maps will give you a better advantage with this weapon, because it definitely doesn't give you that same advantage that you can get with snipers, or if you're talking about normal assault rifles, any of the other assault rifles. Okay, this weapon is actually starting to look quite well, so long as you stay in the mid-range. Oh, there was a lag right there. You can see that some of my bullets actually went straight through the person. So you see, hip fire on this weapon is amazing too. Okay, starting to look a little bit better now. Alright, see someone. Okay, you can tell that even so, you will still end up losing to like the AK-47 and probably the Man of War, because they do have a very high rate of kill. Okay, definitely he will be picking out, so I'll just hide here, reload. Even with the extended mag at 30 rounds, you will still realize that the gun ends up running out of rounds really quickly. Yeah, it's definitely still an issue with this weapon. Enemy UAV. Oh my god, my UAV just skipped that person completely. Such a fail, you know. I think they're still trying to handle like some of the data sync issues with this weapon. Not this weapon, this update. Yeah, this update seems to have quite a lot of sync issues. They're trying to smoothen out the gameplay, but it just ends up like making people zoom across the map. I mentioned it in my last video. So, okay, alright. Surprisingly little people. There's very good hip fire. So okay, so that's it for the rank game too, and then you can tell that it's much better weapon to use at this point rather than how I used it in the last video, because of all the different add-ons and the different attachments that are actually on the weapon right now. Okay, so for the long-awaited loadout for this weapon, I have went with the OWC Ranger stock. Reason being, it has a very great ADS bullet spread reduction, and also definitely it gives you horizontal recoil because this gun has some sort of recoil issues, and based on the fact that it reduces the hit flinch, this weapon is a little bit like what I would call a marshmallow gun, which means that it has a significantly longer time to kill from a longer range, so being hit, you still need to constantly be firing at the person. Alright, granulated grip tape, this is purely for additional bullet spread, okay? And then extended mag as usual. The extended mag works perfectly fine to me, okay? Because it adds on 10 rounds, and as I mentioned in the last video, 20 rounds is just too little. And okay, so for this, the Strike 4 grip, it gives you a vertical recoil reduction and the ADS bullet spread reduction. So it makes the gun super accurate, and along with the horizontal recoil reduction and the vertical recoil reduction, you're getting a very well composed gun. Finally, the MIP. Reason for using this is actually the hipfire bullet spread, like I showed you, like I actually, not say I showed you, but you could have seen from some of the encounters that I had in-game itself. Hipfire for this gun actually pans out really well. It's almost like MSMC, you know? To me, I feel it's a little bit like a MSMC when it's in near range firing. Alright, so to me, I'll just leave it on here for you guys to have a look. This is the best loadout to me. Okay, furthermore, if you guys are interested, I will be trying to change this weapon into a marksman rifle, and then you guys can finally see whether to use this as an assault rifle or a marksman rifle, which one floats your boat. Alright, so see you guys in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and thank you for your support.